Welcome back, episode 172 of the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent. How about that? We've got some Bears news to talk about today. First up, we've got an update on the Iceman trademark. Caleb broke his silence today, or I guess over the weekend. So he's trying to trademark the Iceman moniker, nickname, just full rights reserved on the actual trademark of Iceman. Now George Gervin, basketball player, Spurs Hall of Famer, was Iceman before, decades ago, and this has created a clash of the Titans. So it's been in the news the last couple of weeks. If you haven't seen it, hopefully now you know. Now, what's interesting here, Caleb kind of came out and said it's a marketing ploy. It's not anything personal against Gervin. From what I've read in the past, there was a part of Gervin's team that died, like his marketing team, that died, and that guy who died was in charge of the overall, I guess, well-being, overall status, and trademarks of the Iceman name. So the trademark lapsed. Merch, logos, whatever. So Caleb and his team, his marketing team, his management team, they all put forth the effort to, I guess, what am I trying to say here? Claim it. That's the word I couldn't think of. 5 letters. You know how hard that is to think of the word claim? Anyway, file the trademark. But here's the interesting part. It's not just Iceman that he's doing. He's also doing the play itself to Rome, the 4th and 8, and the jump throw. 4th and 8 against the Packers, and the jump throw to Rome itself. Are we finally entering a moment where plays themselves create like a legacy, create like an overall needed brand? Are we now going to get merch based on plays if people are good enough? Because that's sort of the direction that we're heading here. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. Give it a Google. Go online and look up Caleb Williams Iceman logo. It's pretty sick. It's his jump throw. It's a silhouette. It's got the same silhouette as the Jumpman logo for Michael. So kind of a Chicago staple. Obviously, the Jordan brand blossomed into something greater than just basketball. So I assume that's what Caleb and his team would like to push forward. So keep an eye out for that. Next up, Taylor Decker, free agent for the Lions. Obviously, he kind of seems like a Lions Ring of Honor kind of guy. But he is not going to sign with a division rival. That's what he came out and said. He said switching sides feels, quote, kind of dirty. Now, here's the thing. I don't know. Do you think money would break loyalty? Or do you think a scheme? Or if somehow there was a pitch from, to be honest, Vikings, Packers, and Bears all have a pitch for a Super Bowl contender. Do you think that drives him? Or do you think he's very loyal to Detroit? Doesn't even think about business, just thinks about his loyalty for the team. Now, it seems like he's off the table. So with him off the table, Bears options right now with no other signings are Braxton Jones, Jedrick Willis, and Theo Benedict. Benedict had some time last year. The year before that, Braxton Jones. So there's optimism. There is optimism. Ben Johnson came out and said the other day that Braxton Jones was, quote, the best shape of his life. Ever heard that before? Name one time that went wrong. You can't. So who knows? It's obviously a critical position. You obviously got Ozzie Trapillo with his nasty injury. We've talked about Trapillo's injury on this show. His injury was one that there has been studies on, and it doesn't seem like there are any success stories of people coming back and being just as explosive, if not more explosive, right? So I personally would hope Ozzie Trapillo just takes this year off, fully rehabs and focused on his career and coming back the following season. In the meantime, Theo Benedict has already gotten some starts. Braxton Jones was a breakout player 2 years ago, was hurt a lot last year, so I don't know if it was a 1-year kind of injury thing, or usually these kind of injuries snowball. You have a tight hamstring, so you pull up. So then your other hamstring or your knee or it kind of just compounds upon itself. Now, do I know what that means? No. Am I just saying that to sound like I know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Thank you for listening. And I hope you're just nodding your head right now thinking, damn, this guy knows exactly what he's saying. But my best guess right now would be a Theo Benedict start. Braxton Jones wasn't hurt all year last year. He still came back, and he did not win any jobs. So hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully the best shape of his life is an actual thing, because it never has been before. But something to keep an eye out for. Taylor Decker does not seem like he's coming to Chicago. Now, who does seem like they might come to Chicago? NFL.com came out and gave us a couple names in their mock draft. Name number 1 was a trade down in this mock draft. We had, it was just one spot. We traded with the Bills, our good pals, the Bills. We traded back one spot, and to me, if we get any sort of compensation for going back one spot and still landing the safety, Dylan Thieneman, I'm stoked. Thieneman, I will make sure. Actually, we're going to officially state on this show Dylan Thieneman. Dylan Thieneman, safety for Oregon. Safeties aren't really flashy unless it's like Caleb Downs, which is top 10 pick, unless he falls, which would be the stupidest thing of all time. But he's athletic and versatile. He can cover, he can tackle, he can disguise looks. These are all things that the sort of defense that Dennis Allen likes to run. He likes using his safeties to cover. He likes to disguise looks. He likes to blitz safeties. We saw a lot of what safeties can do last season with Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard's gone. We now have Kobe Bryant. And a first-round pick like Dylan Thieneman could really be a big one for us. Second round is very interesting to me. Offensive tackle out of Florida, Austin Barber. We need linemen. I don't know. It's one of those things we might have a plentiful riches. I'm sure there's a better phrase for that I can't think of right now, but there's a time where I think you might have too many offensive linemen, and I don't think we're there right now. Because, again, it's not a sexy pick. Austin Barber, offensive tackle out of Florida. This is something that's for Caleb Williams. All right, we've picked linemen in the past out of Ivy League schools, out of athletic schools, out of Midwest schools. It doesn't work out quite a bit. Now, second rounder, if this dude becomes a starter in the next year or two, absolute home run win. Austin Barber's athletic enough. He's got plenty. He's a risk pick. He's an upside guy that might not fully get to that upside until a year or two. Now, here is one that the second pick in this, I believe, is crazy. This is the second round pick that we got in the DJ Moore trade. This is, again, the Bills. We would hypothetically have the Bills' first and second round pick in this situation. Malachi Fields, wide receiver, Notre Dame. So I am a Notre Dame football fan, as I'm sure a lot of Chicago Bears fans are. If you're in the Chicago area and you're Catholic, you're more than likely going to really enjoy Notre Dame football. And we saw Malachi Fields be a monster for a couple seasons. He isn't exactly like a monster size guy. I don't know if that's really what you want to say, but 6'4.5", 218. That's a big NFL wide receiver. Looks like he's got big old hands, and a prospect grade on Pro Football Focus, or actually, I apologize, on NFL.com. So he's got a prospect grade of 6.29. They say he will eventually be an average starter. He made a lot of circus catches, a lot of crazy athletic catches in college. Great hands, 4.61 in the 40. Vertical jump of 38 inches. So size, speed, he's a senior, nice and old and veteran. This could be a really fun wide receiver 3. I just don't know if we want to spend a second rounder on a wide receiver 3. Let me know what you guys think, because that, to me, seems like a lot. But personally, if those are our 3 picks and we traded down to get another pick, yes, delicious. First 2 rounds there for Ryan Poles and the Bears. So a couple names to keep an eye out for: Thieneman, Barber, Malachi Fields. And finally, let's close up on a little Ben Johnson update. Ben Johnson had some media, obviously. He's been media-ing a lot recently. And maybe this is what we've been missing. So he says, I'm obviously not here to make friends. He loves what he does. He loves the people he does it with, and that's all he cares about. Apparently, there's been some reports where he's too intense. He's kind of a dickhead, and other coaches don't like him. Couldn't care less, dude. From everything I hear, Matt Nagy's like the most liked coach around the league. Eberflus seems like the nicest dude of all time. And those guys didn't work out. John Fox might be likable. All right? We might have, Mark Trestman likable. He didn't work out. I don't care. This is what we've been missing, dude. It's a mentality to galvanize a locker room where it is us versus everyone. You're coming here, you're working hard. And that's just something that you always hear from teams like the Steelers or the Ravens or other franchises like that. But you don't hear that from stuff like the Bears. So super stoked to hear stuff like this coming from our fearless leader. But Ben Johnson kind of came out and said that he doesn't care. It's the edge that the Bears have been missing. The Matt LaFleur comments probably rub people the wrong way. LaFleur's got lots of friends. One of LaFleur's friends is Sean McVay, and I'm sure people who are friends with McVay don't like Ben Johnson. I don't care. We've always been a lovable underdog. Maybe that's just a little Bears-Cubs fan switcheroo. But he's bringing swagger. He's bringing toughness. It kind of gets a target on your back, but also you're going to be signing guys who know that and appreciate that and want that. It's a different kind of personality trait that some people have and some people do not have. I, personally, do not have that. That's the only reason I'm not in the National Football League playing for Ben Johnson myself. Not my size, not my speed, not my work ethic, not my athleticism or smarts or personality or wits. No, none of that. It's all my mentality, my toughness, my swagger. I don't have it. That's why I'm a podcaster and not a NFL outside linebacker. So I love you, Ben Johnson and Caleb. You guys kind of both have the same mentality of you don't care if you come off as the villain. You just don't care to make friends because all you want to do is win and be the best. So pretty sweet to have that on our side. So episode 172 of the Bears' latest podcast. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked my new background. It's no more printers. It's just this wall. It's this, see this gap? Unbelievable stuff. We're going to be working on it. We're going to have some better decoration for behind me. But thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you guys in tomorrow's episode. Bear down.